Hello, my name is Keaton Hafford, and I'll be going over a topic today of sexual harassment at a employer's job site. Now, sexual harassment can be described in many ways, as to verbal use, physical use, and mental use, or technological uses, as in texting and all that. Now, why should we care about that is because if we want to have children of our own in our own one day, and then we have to send them out into the world not knowing what liabilities and what challenges may await them. Anything can happen in the real world, as one of the main things is sexual harassment. If she is a young, talented female. Now, the reason why we should listen to me, or not exactly listen to me, or actually agreeing with what I'm saying, is because if that does actually end up happening to her, she would know. Well, she would know how to avoid it, and how to properly um, take care of the problem at hand. There's main ways to help get rid of sexual harassment, and I will help guide you through the ways of getting it done today. So the main problem in hand is the fact on sexual harassment is being done in a job place without nobody even knowing, because that person might be afraid and scared of the person who is harassing he or she at the moment, and fears something bad is going to happen if she says something too soon about it. So so that's the main problem at hand, as to one of my claims that I can't state is the fact on how a 18 through 24-year-old male can talk to a 16-year-old, and then it will be described as harassment or as rape itself, because of the laws that is prohibited by by who you can date, and what year span, excuse me, and what year span is going on throughout the times of them talking. Now, who is affected is actually the person who's being harassed herself, because anyway, if she makes that claim or complaint that she's being harassed, anything can happen, because the person might not meant for it to be sexual harassment, but then in her eyes it was, and then that can either cause her harasser, or they supposedly harass her, to lose a job, or actually end up putting them behind bars. And the consequences of not saying nothing about it is on how it can go on forever and ever and ever, and then that person will be comfortable with harassing all these females, or not even knowing that he's harassing them herself. That's one of, that's one of the main consequences that can happen if it is not dealt with at that time by the employer who is paying who's paying them to work. Now, Now, I have a solution at hand that can help get past all of this, of sexual harassments and everything. And one of it is by the anti-harassment policy. Now, as the employer, myself, if I'm the employer, I'm the one who is liable to to make sure that that is dealt with properly. So I can act and create a policy to where, if there is anything showing that there is like type of harassment going on, even if the person being harassed isn't saying nothing about it, that the one who's doing the harassment will lose that job right then and there, because the employer took care of it at right there at that time, to where nobody won't even know about what happened to that person. And that and that is a good way to help get past all of this on that particular subject. Now, my solution can help fit in with this problem, because my solution of creating this policy can help crack down on the law, on the harassments that's being dealt with on the employees, and and other people can be actually satisfied, because then now they feel as if they're in a safer environment to help get everything done, and to make sure they can work in a peaceful manner. Now, 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 the policy itself, but the policy isn't costly at all. The policy can actually save you money because then you're not firing employees because then because the employers, um, the workers themselves knows what happens if they commit such a crime onto their property or outside their property as they are being employed by them. Now, as for you today, as for the audience, I wish that the audience would do today is to help educate their children, educate their friends, educate their parents on what sexual harassment is. Sexual harassment can happen in many different ways, and you won't even know that's happening behind your back, which can actually go very bad for you if you think about it. Now, as for me myself, my mom is a manager at a food place, and she deals with it a lot. And she recently just had to deal with one because one of the employers felt very uncomfortable with working with this employee at some point. So she had to go to her employer, as in her boss, to make sure that the complaint is settled out, and then that's how they was able to stop that person from committing harassment even further to the point where she can have legal actions taken on that business themselves. And that's how you, the audience, can help get this point across today. Now, as in for my summary, as, as for my summary, I will go over this one more time. Now, sexual harassment is dealt with in many ways. It can happen in many different ways, and you won't even know that it is happening yourself. Sexual harassment is something that has not to be played with because if they really are being harassed by, by the person itself, that person has pleasure and enjoyment from harassing this young, talented, gifted woman or handsome man that is going cross lately. So me myself, I wish that that this point that my opinion can help get across to you today. I hope it has got across to you today because I wish for the best for everybody's children, everybody's parents, friends, in this cruel world. And thank you, and have a blessed day.